Everywhere I go, I see his face. I just really miss him.
Yeah, I miss him too.
What's up guys, Rab here from Rabtastic Paints, stuck inside and what must be the nicest day of the year yet in Scotland anyway, because as always I leave things to the last minute. So what did I leave until the last minute? Well, let me tell you. A couple of months ago I was invited to attend a collaboration with some absolutely fantastic Middle Earth strategy battle game YouTubers and me. Now the goal of the collaboration, I'm just going to say collab because it's so much easier. The goal of the collab, The goal was for us all to paint models representing the canned faction from the MESBG, with the only rules being we had to paint them ourselves and they had to include some freehand, which I didn't know about before I signed up for this. As for the models themselves, they could be officially licensed Games Workshop models or they could be proxies. I found some fantastic STL files from MESBG Miniatures on his Keshig range and I think they're going to do just perfect to proxy the canned army. Now the one issue that I had with the models was that the sashimonos or the banners didn't really stick to the back of the model. I tried super glue, I tried gorilla glue and nothing really worked. I think they're just a little bit too top heavy, so I moulded some green stuff around them and scored some lines in it to give the appearance that it's part of the armour or maybe like a backpack that he's wearing, and it turned out well. Now that the models are printed, cleaned and assembled, it was just a relatively simple matter of painting them. I opted for a custom paint job because I wanted a custom canned army, and I also knew that all the other guys in the collab would be pulling out all the stops to make the best paint job. I didn't have a chance in hell, but I wanted it to look original at least. So black base coat, and then I decided to paint all of the cloth white because I really hate myself. So this took two, sometimes in places 3 coats of white to fully cover the black. I would then go over it with a white contrast paint and then highlight it with an even whiter white. Unrelated to this story, Whiter White was my nickname in high school. Once I finished painting all the cloth white, it was time to paint the armour. For the armour, I opted for red because it's part of my scheme, but it also looked like that classic samurai armour you see in TV and video games. Once it was painted, I washed it with Carabao Crimson. I tried using Nuln Oil, didn't work as well, so I stuck with Carabao Crimson and then a dry brush of a brighter red to really pick out the details. Speaking of details, these MESBG miniature models are incredibly detailed, they're beautiful. Next up, it was time to paint the skin. This is something that I'm actually starting to enjoy now, painting faces and hands. So for these guys, I imagined that they'd have quite tan skin. They're out in the sand in the sun all day. They probably look like me after 5 minutes outside. So I started with Bugman's Glow, washed it with Reikland's Flesh Shade, and then I highlighted it up with a mixture of Bugman's Glow and Cadian Flesh Tone. And like I said, quite happy with how the skin turned out. These models have really distinct facial features and there's not a lot to them, so it's quite easy to get to. Finally, I completed the models with all of the small finishing touches, so things like wood for the bow and for the shafts of the arrows, the leather straps as well as the metallics and the weapons, and then rinse and repeat for all of the other models that I printed off. And that's how it looked. that is my custom canned army. I really wish I had more time to devote to it, but unfortunately I also had my massive Osgiliath board to complete this month, so that took up a lot of time. However, this was great. I loved it. I loved chatting to all the guys, getting to know them a bit better, having some good laughs, and hopefully down the line maybe work together again soon. I'll leave links in the description below for both the other collaborators and their videos. Please check them out. Until next time, take care.